How to write an exceptional literature review in one step. Lecturers are always saying that we need to critically analyse the literature to write a review, but nobody ever actually explains how to do that. Now, as a researcher and lecturer, I can share with you this one step that will help you evaluate the literature, write your review, and get the best grade possible. Every literature review should have an image. By creating an image for your literature review, you will 1. Improve the readability of your review, 2. Get the grades allocated on the marking scheme for depth of research, because you will have created connections between concepts rather than just restating facts or views of other authors. And 3. Blow your lecturer away with your review skills. To create the image, begin by choosing a key piece of information that you're going to collect from all the literature you're reviewing. For example, if you're doing a review on climate change in a specific geographic location, you could choose to collect rainfall data or temperature data from those studies. I find it best to keep this information in a spreadsheet. In the first column, I put the author names, and then in the second column, I put the year of publication. That also makes it easier for me to find that journal later. And then the remaining columns are where I put all my key information. Once I've completed my review of the literature, I will have a really comprehensive spreadsheet that I can instantly turn into a graph. This is also why I separate out the year of publication from the author. For example, you can show changes through time from your key piece of information. You could show that visually in a graph, but to discover that information yourself when you're doing the review would actually be really hard. And that's the critical analysis component of doing a review. The whole point of a literature review is to synthesize all the existing work out there on a particular topic. Remember, most researchers out there have only read these articles individually by themselves, so they've missed the overall picture that you are now developing. And doing that in an image is so much easier than doing it in text. By creating this image, you've instantly done 2 things. You've already synthesized all of the literature in your topic. And then all you have to do in your literature review is write about your image. By explaining that graph, any patterns that you see or any gaps, you're showing your understanding of the literature, of your topic. For example, instead of a graph, maybe you show a map and you show all the different locations where samples were taken or where surveys were done, and you can instantly see that there's this huge gap in a whole geographic area. You can then write about that in your review. The description of your image is your critical analysis of the literature. And this stops you from writing sentences like, Smith 2020 found ABC, but Johnson 2023 found XYZ. It stops you from doing he said, she said, and you're now giving your own insights. You're building the connections, the patterns, and identifying the gaps in your literature, which is the whole point of a review. Now, if you're not sure what type of image to create or what key piece of information you want to collect, the best thing you can do is look at other reviews. Have a look at what images they made or what type of information they collected to help give you ideas. But let's look at some real examples. Here's a graph that shows rainfall data in East Africa across several million years. And we can see those changes very easily through time, whether it was dry or wet. And here is a great example of an image that's not using quantitative data. It's a map of Africa that shows the locations where certain fossils have been found. Your image can be anything you want it to be. Just pick the key piece of information that you're going to be collecting before you start reviewing the literature. The last thing you want to be doing is going back through the same articles that you've already been through. So that's the step. That's how you smash your literature review and get an exceptional grade. Make sure you share this video with your friends so they can get great grades too. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell.